Hi guys, all right, Danielle Kazire back here to show you more meal prepping. So I'm gonna have some help from my cameraman, Mark Kazire, and ask your questions away. We're gonna finish up with, we have mahi-mahi, and I'm gonna brush it with some olive oil first, just so that it doesn't get really dried out when it's in the oven. After I use the olive oil, I'm gonna season it with Slavo salt. It has no sodium, gives it a lot of really good flavor. Once this has baked in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, I'll let it cool, and then it's gonna go in my little containers in 4-ounce fillets for the rest of the week. Use the olive oil. Once the fish is in there, I will also prep my chicken and finish off some of the veggies. So we're using Slavo salt, which you can order online. It has garlic, some crushed pepper, and kosher salt. All right, that's it. This is ready to go in the oven, and our turkey burgers that I started should be close to ready to come out. Go ahead and check those too. They're still a little soft in the middle, so I'm going to let them finish up for another 5 or 10 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and get started on our veggies. So I'm going to steam the asparagus. So I have a little bit of water at the bottom of my pan and a steam tray. And so once that water starts coming to a boil, I'm going to put in the asparagus. I just cut off the ends, so I'm going to steam all of this. Keep it really green and crisp so that when we reheat it, it doesn't get mushy. And then I'm going to roast some Brussels sprouts while the other things are cooking. So I heat the pan, I add some extra virgin olive oil at the bottom, and we're just gonna roast them with some salt, pepper, garlic powder. And then also, I'm not gonna cook them all the way till they're soggy. You want a little bit of crisp in them still, so that when you reheat them, you still have all your nutrients. We've already finished the hard-boiled eggs, they're cooling, the breakfast quinoa, and our brown rice for the week. Questions? No questions so far?
No questions so far.
I hope that chat thing showed up. We're also going to prep some sweet potatoes. So while these kind of heat up, we can start peeling those, guys.
Yeah, guys, if you have questions, type them in.
Get those peeled up.
You can see how we're peeling over here.
All of our meals kind of get prepped every Monday, so like I said in the first taping, it's easier. Everything's pre-weighed out with our digital scale so that we can grab and go. Take our meals and they're ready to go. Helps you be a little more successful and stay out of the drive-through windows. So I'm going to cut these after they're all peeled into cubes, and I'll roast these in the oven also with some salt, some pepper, and garlic powder. And they taste better than French fries. I get my containers, I use just plastic containers. They're perfect. They fit in a bag anywhere. And so I usually make sure I have a lean protein, a veggie, and a good carb. So either brown rice or the sweet potatoes will go in there, or quinoa. And I hear something rumbling, so I'm going to pause. My water is rumbling, so I'm going to stick in a couple handfuls of the asparagus so that it'll steam. You want it to be a bright green. And actually, I think we'll fit all of them, and then we can just put it back in the same container. So we're going to let that sit. Our oil is nice and warm, so I'm going to throw in part of our Brussels sprouts. I don't want them, I want to cook them in a nice even layer.
So what did you do to the Brussels sprouts before you put them in there?
I cut off the ends and peeled back any wilted leaves. I'm going to get those tossed up.
And so the prep on the Brussels sprouts is really pretty fast.
It's just clean. Yeah, they come in a I get mine at Costco. They come in a already pre-packaged bag. They're already mostly clean. I check them. I give them a good rinse.
And what are you adding right there to the Brussels sprouts?
Garlic powder.
Okay, so just garlic powder right there.
Garlic powder, and I'm going to add some Slavo salt again, because it already has the kosher salt and the cracked pepper. And we're just going to let those cook up a little bit. If you want to see, I get a good coat of the olive oil, and they'll start roasting down.
So we want to turn on the fan just to make sure we don't prove that the fire detectors work in our house. Too bad this isn't 4D, because then you could actually smell how good everything's starting to smell already.
We're going to let that kind of soften up.
A little helper right here.
Alright, so I'm going to let those finish up, and so while I wait, I'm going to keep peeling my sweet potatoes so I can do multitask. Meal prep takes... Time out?
Yeah, let's do a quick timeout and we'll come back with the rest of it in just a second.